Now, going to the exercise. What we want to do in those exercises is really start with request response. So take any of the agents you've done, but try to put it into request response mode. The easiest way to do that is in the Java thing, the SIF Agents.property has for the subscribers has a sync frequency, possibly set to 0 at the moment. That means it won't request by default. So I've set that to maybe once a minute, and it should every minute it should send a query, a blank query to start off with. Just see if you can do that. Implement the methods you might have nulled out yesterday. You might have implemented already, and you see it running straight away. As the first, it's really not much coding. Maybe the SIF we call the response iterator. That might be the only thing you have to really implement, and then you run with it. The next exercise goes on top of it. That makes it a little bit more interesting. You remember the exercise we did yesterday where we had two zones? Try to publish to two zones and receive two zones. Try to rewrite some parts of your agent, publishing agent that is, that it will respond to a query where the subscriber sends to one zone and says, query, give me all government schools. There's a link for a SQLite database or a SQL Server compact database. You don't have to take this student personal, right? Give me all students which have a gender of male, or in the other side, give me all that are female. Here, you can use the schools, give me all government schools or non-government schools in that zone. And the other side should then respond with the appropriate results coming back. At the end, if you find a nice mechanism, you will write very little code again. There's about 5 lines to deal with the queries, and there is getting response right in back. You have to write a little bit on the SQL side, right? Test what the query condition is, then otherwise run this query, else I run this query. That's about it on that side. It might be a lengthy exercise, which is fine, and you might still have to work on some of the exercises yesterday to get you there. But it's a good exercise, an interesting exercise, because it actually really deals with a lot of these things we've just spoken and did this request response and queries. So let's have a go.
Let's go just in the .NET framework. Might not be able to do this exercise properly because there is a bug with the multi-zone sending. So you'd have to just do the query on one zone for the moment.
My exercise is a bit complex, sending same agent sending two zones, two different queries. But you're most welcome just to send into one zone a query, just see how it behaves, right? You don't even have to use our databases. Some of those guys here have their own databases. Feel free to work with that, absolutely. Use mapping on top of it, right? Instead of doing start combining all these things, start playing with it, right? I've got a few more hints how to do some of the exercises here. You've got that Word document, the same as yesterday's exercise 5. It's two-staged as you've seen before. One blank query, just get request response word. The other one with the different queries per zone or queries altogether.